Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am doing my current favorites. Now I've never done a favorites video before, so this might be a lengthy video. So feel free to grab your cup of coffee, tea, glass of wine, beer, whatever you prefer. It's just gonna be a long one. I'm gonna try not to make it 100 years. But if you are curious in what my current favorites are, then please keep watching. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. Now these cleanser, if I have an accent at any moment in this video, it is not on purpose. When I'm around foreign people, I mean, obviously everyone's foreign to each other, but when I hear accents, I tend to start talking with the accent as well. And I live in Europe, been here for 2 years, so if I start speaking with an accent, do not judge me. Anyway, so the first thing I'm talking about here is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. Now the first thing I want to say about this is, one, it's cooling immediately on your skin. Two, it smells like cucumber. And three, it actually removes my entire makeup. I've tried so many cleansers, whether it be high-end and drugstore, and lots of them, you know, they say avoid contact with your eyes, and because they're too harsh. And then some, even if I can put them on my eyes, they just do not remove all the makeup. I like to do it in the shower. When I come out, I can still see that black ring under my eyes, or when I wake up, you know, you're like, what? I thought I took it off. So with this cleanser, I know that for sure I've removed it all. Even when you go in with toner, it's like there's nothing. Like, this cleanser clearly cleanses it all off. So I highly recommend it. And I think with Sephora, you can get your free sample for your birthday. I think it's that or the Marc Jacobs. So I chose the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, and I'm definitely gonna buy the full size. So the next thing I have here is the Tata Balance Pore Perfecting Water Gel Moisturizer. Now I hauled this in a video, but I've been using it for about a month or maybe a little bit more than that. I always contemplated on using moisturizer because I have really oily skin, like really oily skin. So my mindset was like, I don't need more. I have plenty on my face. However, we all know that is not the case, especially if you have oily skin. Please, please, please moisturize. Now this is the one I've been using every morning. I use it on days where I wear no makeup, or even under my makeup. I have it on today. I haven't found a good night moisturizer yet, so I'm still looking for that, but I definitely recommend this as a day moisturizer. It's so light, but it moisturizes and it doesn't feel oily whatsoever. And I always feared feeling more oily when I already have oily skin after applying moisturizer. So I definitely recommend this one. The next thing I have here is the Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. Now the first time I heard about this was a while back from Carly, and I actually didn't look into it because it sounded like a fancy name, and I'm like, oh my god, that's probably gonna cost a lot. So I was like, no. But while browsing on Sephora, like I always do, I realized that it was only $8. So I was like, what? Yeah, I'm totally putting it in my cart. So the way I use this is I carry it in my purse or around the house, where, you know, depending if I'm going out or not. It's a perfect spray to even put over your makeup, or even when you're wearing no makeup and you're running errands but it's really hot, especially right now at this time. It's really hot, so this spray just refreshes, you know, it hydrates a little. It just gives you, you know, that little bit that you need again when you're feeling like gross and sticky and, you know, just sweaty. This definitely refreshes. Plus it has aloe, and aloe is always good for my skin. And it smells really good if you like rose water, which I personally love. So then the next spray I have here is the Maybelline Jade Super Stay 24 Hour Spray. I have to mention this. As far as I know, it is not available in the States, but I hope Maybelline makes it available there because this spray is amazing. This is the third bottle I've gone through. This is empty. I probably need to buy a new one if I can find them, but the only place I've seen other YouTubers talk about this is French European YouTubers. So I think it's only in Europe as of now. I know I asked my friend back in the States to, you know, search around her area and she did not find it. But honestly, you could cry, girl. And you do not need to touch up because this spray, it keeps it all intact, and I really love it. It's my favorite one. So I really hope that they bring that to the States if they don't already. Okay, so the next thing I have here, I'm not going to talk much about it because you have heard me talk about it so much if you watch any of my other videos, and that is the Professional from Benefit. It is my favorite primer. It's just an OG. I always love it and I always go back to it. The current foundation that I'm loving right now is the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1. Now I've compared this to the Clinique, also foundation and concealer, and I will have that link down below for you guys. But this foundation, whether it be the Milani or Clinique, I love it. It has a pump, it has a drugstore price, and it's a full coverage foundation without feeling like a full coverage foundation. It's not heavy whatsoever. And my favorite way to apply this is with the Morphe E31, which is a brush I've been using all like 2 months now. And then I just smooth over it with a beauty blender. Like in my first impressions, I said don't use it with a brush because it just, you know, not perfect. But if you go with the brush first and then the beauty blender, it's flawless, beautiful, natural application. It's perfect. So, and this is the Morphe E31, my current favorite foundation brush. So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this. And actually, you can use product in here as a concealer as well on natural days. Now the next brush I have here is the Morphe M509, and I love this brush to highlight my cheekbones. I've tried many brushes, fan brushes, smaller brushes. I don't really love the fan brushes, but I still prefer them than the smaller brushes because I feel like those small, precise brushes always leave like a zebra strike, and I'm just like, no, I don't want that whatsoever. So this, I feel like it's fluffy enough that it gets the spots that I need without like going too broad, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Okay, and then the next thing I have here is the Custom Cover FX drops, and this is in the shade Sunlight, I believe. Yes, it's in the shade Sunlight, and again, you guys have heard lots of people talk about it. My favorite way that I've been using it a lot is in with my foundation. I really do love it like that. I mean, oh my god, like how amazing is that? It's just basically a step up for, you know, when you want to have like highlight like this or a dewy foundation. This is like a step up. It'll up your game. Like, you're gonna look like a glowing goddess when you mix that in with your foundation. So I definitely am in love with that. So then the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the setting setting powder that I love, and it's the RCMA No Color powder. I struggled so hard before the Laura Mercier powder came out because that powder has a tint of beige. It's not completely white, but all the other white ones like the NYX powders were always white. So when I went and tried to use them, I'm like, no, it leaves it white and ashy. It did not look good on my skin, which I am more of a darker skin girl than light skinned, obviously. So when I heard of this, I kind of contemplated because again it was white and I'm like, oh, like no. But honestly, even if you're a dark skinned girl, I highly recommend this. It is truly no color. It sets everything perfect without leaving that ugly white cast or ashiness. It is amazing. Okay, so then the next thing is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Caramel Toffee. And these powders are amazing. Like, the formula of these powders are comparable to Marc Jacob powders, and I make no exaggeration. Like, Wet n Wild is awesome, you guys. It's such affordable drugstore makeup, but it definitely can go heads up with a lot of high-end makeup. But I definitely recommend that. I switch on and off from that and the Kat Von D one, but I definitely have been going more towards that one. Now for highlight, I wouldn't really call this a highlight. It's the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got my hands on this, I was so disappointed and upset. I was like, oh my god, e.l.f., what did you do? This isn't a highlight powder. This is just like a powder. But when you have a natural day, really natural, like very minimal makeup, but you still want like a pretty glow without it being intense like this palette is your best friend. And I mean that because I have, like, I don't know how many times I've said this, I've been going natural makeup so much lately, and this palette, I've been going to it all the time to just glow up my face. Very subtle, very beautiful. I think it's a dupe to the Ambient powder from Hourglass, so if you've always wanted that, go and buy yourself this one from e.l.f. It is amazing, and the formula and quality is also beautiful. So then these next two palettes are basically the only eye palettes I've been using lately, and it's the Morphe 12S and the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. So the Morphe, well, 12S is basically just a lot of shimmer palettes. Now this color, oh my god, it's like been my favorite color. It's kind of almost duochrome. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a purpley bluish. It's just amazing, and it's like, oh my god, the powders in here are amazing. And then the Modern Renaissance, you know, this is everybody's favorite. Anastasia is probably looking on the whole community like, yes, I rule all of you, because she was truly a queen bringing this palette to our lives. I'm not gonna lie, I've been using this palette every single time that I've done my makeup lately, and I love it so much, so much. Okay, so then I am so sorry. This is a really long video. Okay, moving on. So the next thing I have here is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, and I have this one in the clear and in brunette, I believe. It's a tinted gel, and I've been using this for my brows because I just couldn't take the plunge to buy the Anastasia $30 one. And I feel like if this works for me, who I most of the time have really natural brows, I darken them a little or shade them in a little, but for the most part they are my natural brows with gel. So I feel like if they hold up my brows, that is pretty much mainly hair, they can probably hold up yours, that if you don't have them as thick as mine. I just think it's a really good alternative to the $30 one, because that is a hefty price, and brows are so important. Like, you be doing them even on days you don't do your makeup. So I just wanted, you know, to give my input on this affordable clear gel. So the next thing is the Astor Big and Beautiful Killer Black mascara, and I really love this mascara because it is so much like the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara, but it's a little bit blacker, and I feel like it holds my lashes just a little bit more. And I don't use falsies, so mascara is like definitely a really important thing to me, and this one is on my top right now. Okay, so the two lippies that I have been using is Charmed from Ofra Cosmetics, and Cami in the Maddox from ColourPop. Now both of these are really natural sort of pink nude shades, but it's basically, you know, natural look, natural lips. That's just, you know, what's been going on. So they're both beautiful. They almost look exactly the same. They're completely different, everyone. But they're both really comfortable, and I love them. Okay, so then I also have this daily brush cleaner from Sephora. Now I talked about it in a haul, and I told you I would update you guys, and I have been using this every time I've been using my brushes, and I honestly really love it. I feel like I don't need to use so much spray, but look, I mean, it does look like I've used a lot, but that's because I've been using it every time I've used my makeup, because I don't know, I just trying to live that hashtag lazy girl life. So, you know, you just spray a little bit on a cloth, or, you know, whatever you prefer, and then you just grab your brush, you know, and then clean, and it cleans it and keeps it sanitized for the next time. Or if you're using a dark black or a bright as blue, it's gonna work, and I really enjoy that. So I think that's all the makeup. Yeah, I think that's all the makeup. But I also want to talk about this Batiste dry shampoo, and I think this is just like brown or brunette. It's Moreno Oscuro y Cobreso. This is actually all in European and German, so I cannot understand most of it, but it is a dry shampoo, and I know they have this brand in the States. I just really like it. It's really simple. You know, I try to keep my hair healthy, so 3 days with no wash. By the third day it's really oily. You just spritz some of that, rub your fingers, and you're good to go. You're good to go. And then the next hair thing I have here is the Tangle Teezer. Now I believe I've owned this for about a year, maybe a little bit more, but I'm sure at least a year, because I bought this while my friend Sabrina was still here, and it's almost gonna be a year since she's been gone. So sad. But anyway, back to this. This is a really good brush if you're trying to get a healthier hair, because I had my hair red, teal, blue, green, blonde. I definitely went through my phases like everyone else, and I damaged it so bad, and it was so fragile and so bristle. I wish I had that brush back then, because I lost so much hair, and then when I was trying to rehealth it, most of this is all virgin hair now, it was breaking so badly with any brush that I would use, and this one I feel like it can comb my hair without like losing, you know, 2 pounds of it. So I definitely recommend this brush. Okay, and I think this is the last thing now, and me and my husband have been trying to eat healthier. However, you know how when some girls go on a diet or whatever, they're like, oh, I really want to eat that cake or that piece of chocolate, you know, those little cheats that they have, that's what they're craving, especially while on a diet. Yeah, I'm the girl that I'm craving the bag of hot Cheetos. Chips is my kryptonite when it comes to dieting and whatnot. Give me a bag of hot Cheetos, a warm blanket, and a horror movie, and that is a perfect scenario for me. But since I've been saying no to hot Cheetos for quite a while now, I picked up this Snack Factory Pretzel Crisp in garlic parmesan. Now, when I first bought this, the first flavor I bought, I believe, was the flavor everything, and it's exactly the same but with a red bag, and those are okay. They just weren't my favorite flavor. I mean, if I had to, I would buy them. But garlic parmesan, it is truly an amazing flavor, and I really like these for in between snacks, a late night snack, like I said, maybe while I'm watching a horror movie. And sometimes, you know, when I'm eating a wrap or a tuna sandwich or something, these complement it really good because I need my crunch and I can't get no hot Cheetos, so Pretzel Crisp it is. But that is it, you guys. I apologize for the video being really long. I tried to shorten it as much as I could, but since I've never did a favorites, I wanted to get as much information in for you guys as I could. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it in the future, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, also hit that button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.